Okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot lately because I'll be scrolling one day, existing, just doing my day-to-day life, and I'll randomly see someone better than me, someone with more money, the better business, a better life. And I'll be sitting there thinking, am I doing something wrong? And I feel like we all think this at some point. Everyone has. Because if you're on social media, you're always confronted with someone doing better than you in just about every metric. But I'm here to tell you, you are not as far behind as you might think. Here's the first thing I had to wrap my head around. The people who are really making money, and I was lucky enough to have a father and a mother who are both entrepreneurs, and were able to give me some wisdom. Not everyone has that, so I'm super grateful, and I'm grateful to be able to share this with you guys. But you have to learn, the people who are really building businesses, they're not as flashy as you might think. What are they gonna do? Show a picture of their index fund? Like, it just makes no sense. They're not here to flex. But the other businesses, the flexy ones, like the coaching businesses, e-commerce, that's content, right? They can post their car, they can post that revenue dashboard. That's content. So without realizing it, you're going on social media and being confronted with the best successful people, right? The most money makers, all these people all in one place. Think about 50 years ago or even 20 years ago when social media wasn't a thing. You wouldn't see Lamborghinis, you wouldn't see mansions on the Palm in Dubai. That's not a thing because you don't know it exists. And so nowadays when you can always see wealth right in front of your hands, not real wealth, but you can see real wealth too. There's videos of people who do post their boring businesses, and as a whole, like, when you see money, it just becomes a normal reality to you. So you're always comparing yourself to these people, and it's the reason why you feel behind. But I'm here to tell you, you're not. You're literally just watching a very small slice of someone else's life in this huge world. Think about it. If you were to open up a book, let's say you have a 1,000-page book, right? If you were to just open up to page 862, you would have no clue what's going on. You'd be like, what the is this story? It makes no sense. And so therefore, you'd have a judgment of that book saying, yeah, this book sucks. I don't like this book. It doesn't make any sense, but whatever. I read it. And that's exactly what you're doing with social media. You're seeing a small slice of someone else's life and then comparing it to yours. Everyone's at a different chapter, and you cannot compare chapters. And here's the part that actually kind of messed with me. A lot of this money that you see on social media is debt. These people don't have that money. They pull out these loans, they buy these things, they flex it like it's theirs. I promise you, if you have zero debt, you are in a much better financial position than a ton of a large contingent of the people, especially in the West, let alone the entire world. These people are just consumed with debt. And it's not good debt. The aesthetic of having money and then actually having money, like real money, is completely different. Two different things. Here's a fun fact for you. Majority of Americans couldn't cover a $1,000 emergency, expenditure without having to pull out a loan. They don't even have $1,000 in cash put away. If that doesn't say anything, that's majority of America. If you walk around in America and you walk to 100 people, 85 of them, I would bet, couldn't cover a $1,000 bill. If that doesn't go to show that you are doing better than you think, I don't know what will. So that person you're always seeing who seems to have more money than you, or the better life, the hotter women, I promise you they don't. It's most of the time just a big flex that they don't even have. They're flexing something they don't have. They're trying to portray this lifestyle that they do not live, right? It's just a big Ponzi scheme, and you can't fall for it. You have no idea how stressed out of their mind they could be. They could be stressing all day, every day. Who wants to live a life like that? And even if someone has money, like real money, the comparison still doesn't make sense. Why are you comparing your life? Like, think about the idea of that for a second. You are just comparing this one existent life that you have. You already won the cosmic lottery. You're here. You're on this planet. God didn't take your legs, right? You're able to walk, most likely. So why are you comparing your life to someone else? It doesn't even make sense. They don't even know you. Or you can't keep beating yourself up over someone having a better head start than you. Some people are just gonna have a better head start. So pick your poison, because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. You're gonna have a different start than other people. It doesn't make sense to compare because you can't change the past. And I wanna stay on this debt point for a second because this is a massive industry that makes poor people look wealthy. You pull out a car loan to pay for a car because you don't wanna pay a lump sum amount of cash up front. That's okay. If you can make the payments, sure. But some people can't make the payments. There's an entire industry meant to make debt look like success. Car dealerships don't sell you a car, they sell you a car payment. These buy now, pay later apps like Klarna, they're selling you this so-called purchase that you're not even making. Tell me how that makes sense. You're gonna put DoorDash on a monthly payment. It's just like, what? You cannot afford it. So this is just my honest take, being 18, saying all this. I think that the whole point of life isn't to compare against other people who are living a completely different life than you, but to realize what can you do to make your life the best it can possibly be. And I know that sounds cliche and it's mainstream, but it's so true. Learn about money early on. Learn about how you can make real money. Because you're not going to get rid of the fact that you need to make money. Like, as much as it sucks, as humans living a natural life, if you want to have to go and chase this so-called money, at the end of the day you have to. There's no other way around it. So figure out how to make money early on. Do it the real way. Don't flex this fake lifestyle. Realize that you're gonna make money, a large amount of money, if you're watching this video probably. So why are you trying to rush it? If you're 20 or 25, why do you need the Lamborghini now? Brother, you'll get it at 35 when you have a family. Like, that's just the way I think about it. I don't think there's any point to rush having these luxury items. Like, the place that we're staying at right now, it looks very nice, and don't get me wrong, it's very nice, but we're paying less than $100 a night, and split by 2 is nothing. We could have easily stayed at the Ritz-Carlton. There's no point. There's no point. We're living a fun life. We're eating, we're cooking, we're doing everything. It's good. You don't need that much money is what I'm trying to say. If you're 19, you could live a very good life with very little expenses on $50,000 a year. You don't need anything crazy. When you're 50, that's gonna need to be $500,000 a year. All right, here's the last thing and then I'll leave you alone. Progress at younger ages looks so much different than when you're older, right? You have to work I'm working every single day on posting content, doing other things, all sorts of other things. These videos I don't get paid for whatsoever, but I'm doing it either way because it has to compound. That's the beauty of it. It's compounding every day you do it. The recontinuation of doing this all is so incredible. It's literally an art because at some point it's going to just blast off. You don't get rich quick, but you do, in a sense, right? You work from 20 or 18 to 35, and you're slowly going like this, and then all of a sudden, when you hit 35 or whatever, boom, you just go straight up and skyrocket in every metric in life, and of course there's ups and downs. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you on the next one. Let's get it.